All the lights are coming on now. How I wish that it would snow now. I don't feel like going home now. I wish that I would stay. All the trees are on display now, and it's cold now. I don't feel like going.
Hi guys, it's Shell with Little Acres Creations, and welcome to day 26 of the Stocking Stuffer series. Now today is Saturday, so we're going to do a masculine craft to stick in our Christmas stockings, and we're going to use popsicle sticks. So bear with me, I think you'll really enjoy this craft. Okay, so what we're going to do, you're going to need 18 popsicle sticks for this craft, and these are the small ones. And what you're going to do is you're just going to nip off the little rounded spot. Just nip them off and then use that one that you nipped. And they're going to fly everywhere. But use that one as a pattern for your other ones. That way they're pretty close to the same size. It doesn't matter if they're perfect, if they're split, or if anything like that. I mean, that's going to be fine. It's going to add character to our craft. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. For this one, you're going to need 18 of these little popsicle sticks. Now you could go and eat 18 popsicles, or you could just pick a bag up at Walmart for 88 cents and you'll have plenty of this craft. Okay, so I have all those. So I have quite a few of those. Now we're going to go and get some paper towels, because next step is going to make a really big mess. And I'm using some stain. Now this one is just man wax, wood finish, early American stain, and we're going to stain our popsicle sticks. So let me kind of show you how and what I use to cut them off with is just like a pair of wire cutters. That seemed to work really well. You can use scissors if that's all you have. We're going to take our stain. I'm just going to open it just using a screwdriver. Before you open it though, shake it really, really well. Okay. I'm going to do that. And this gets messy. If you want, you can use gloves. But let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have my pile of wax here. Let me zoom out so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I have my popsicle sticks that's already been cut. I'm just going to dip it in one side, put it in a pile of newspaper, a pile of paper towels, and just wipe it off. And then I'll flip it and do the same thing. Now it is a little bit damp, but this seems to work really easy. Yeah, you might be wasting a little bit more, but I think it works really well. If you wanted to, you could pull out paintbrushes and just kind of brush over them. But then you'd have, it's just how much mess and how much cleanup you want to have. This worked really well for me. And if you have plenty of wax in your little can, then it should work well for you too. And sometimes you get quite a bit on your paper towel. Well, just go ahead and use that to color up your sticks. So see if I just kind of, but when you're doing that, make sure you get all the edges. If you need more, then just go ahead and wipe it. Let's do 2 more just because I have it out. And, whatever color you use is totally up to you. If you want redwood, if you want ash, whatever you use. So we're done with that. And if you wanted to, you could certainly use like a throwaway glove or something like that. So I'm going to set these aside to dry. Okay, so now I have some that are already dried. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 3 sets of 2 together using super glue. And this, I think, is the best way. You could use a hot glue gun. You don't have as nice a finished project. So I'm just going to use some super glue. It dries quick. You just want to be careful that you don't get it all over yourself. You could use even, you know, if you had a kid making this for dad, then by all means, you know, go with a wet glue. You know, a nice heavy-duty wet glue. That would be great. And this is a really simple project. It's really fun. And I tell you, Dad is going to love this. Dad or uncle or grandpa. Especially if they're like into construction, if they like to do, you know, construction type things. So I'm just going to glue 5 sets of 2 together. Okay, oops. Just let those dry. And now our sticks are dry, our sets of 2. So I'm going to set 2 down, just flat. And then you're going to come with your other sets of 2. So remember, we made 5 of them. And these are going to go along. They're going to line up right at the edge. So just put a drop there, drop here. And just kind of line them up just for a little bit and hold them in place just for a little second until it kind of catches. And then do the other side. Doing the same thing. And, you know, with this one, it doesn't matter if you got, you know, perfect coverage of the stain. You know, that's what gives it its charm is, you know, things that aren't perfect. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a few seconds. Okay. And then this one's going to go just about in the center. And then we're just going to let those dry for just a second. Doesn't take long with this super glue. This is just a Loctite super glue, professional liquid. You just want to use something that's going to, you know, hold up pretty well. The sides are already tacked, so I'm just waiting on the middle one just to kind of get in position. Okay, so we can go ahead since our sides are okay. The middle is coming along. So I'm just going to put just a little bit on this one side over here. And we're going to lay down our popsicle sticks. Can you figure out what I'm making yet? Sometimes it's kind of hard until you see the finished project. But this was so adorable, and I know the guys in my family are just going to adore this, and it should fit perfectly in your stocking. Now this is a Pinterest inspired craft. Some of the, you know, the construction of it might not be totally what you'll find on Pinterest, so just kind of work around with it if you make this and find out what works best for you. And if you don't know what this is yet or what we're going to use it for, then I will let you know in just a minute. That one's a little bit warped. I have come across some that are warped, and you kind of just have to hold them in place until the glue kind of attaches. And it really doesn't matter because this is a palette. And what's fun about palettes are they come in all colors. They come in all shapes. They're rough, they're rugged. So really you can make it, you know, however you want it to be. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. What matters is, you know, just making something for someone you love. I think that's the most important part here. And of course we live on a farm, so we get pallets all the time. If you're not familiar with pallet, these are what our hay is delivered on, or, you know, furniture is delivered on, things like that. This is just a miniature version. And I'm just going to go ahead and put stain on top of that just to kind of let it weigh down and make sure everything attaches really well. And I have another one over here. Isn't that adorable? And see, it looks how it's put together. It looks like a little palette. Now these are coasters. And I think these would be so sweet for a man. I think he would really enjoy it. And I think they're just adorable. You could even give it to women, maybe put a candle on it or something. But I think these are really cute. You could do a set of 4, you know, and just let your imagination run wild. I think they are so sweet. So thank you guys so much for watching. Come back tomorrow for day 27 Stuff for series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.
All the lights are coming on now. How I wish that it would snow now. I don't feel like going home.